Flosstube, my name is Mandy, this is Sprocket, and this is my channel, Threads by Number. Welcome back to all my returning subscribers, and shout out to all my new subscribers. Hope you all have a great time stitching and looking at some haul with me today. I'm going to share my bread recipe. Somebody asked for it in my last video, so I'm going to share it. The original recipe is by James Beard, and it's a regular white potato bread recipe. And then I started playing with it and switching things up. So this is my version of the recipe. Excuse me, it's really dry here today. So the original recipe calls for 8 cups of flour. Now, because it's so dry where I live, I only really use 7, and that's with the 2.5 cups of water you're going to need. But first, you're going to peel and cut up 3 medium-sized potatoes, boil them, let it cool. I leave them in the water because I'm going to use the water for my bread. I let it cool enough so that it's not hot, but it's not cold. It's a Goldilocks. And it's not going to kill the yeast. So in my mixing bowl, I'm going to add some the dry active yeast, like the Fleischmann's, with a little bit of sugar, some flour, and the potato water, just enough to make it like a slurry. Let that start doing its thing. Then I'm going to mash the potatoes, and I'm going to get about roughly a cup. If you have more, totally fine. You're just going to add a little bit more flour. So once those are mashed, I'm going to add that to the slurry. I'm going to then add 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of salt. And if you want caraway seeds in it, we like a lot, so we put in about a 1/4 cup of caraway seeds. And if you like really dark bread, use more rye flour versus white, and if you like it not so dark, then just use a couple cups of rye. So in with the potatoes, I'm going to add in a cup of rye flour and a cup of white flour, a little bit more of the potato water, and then start the mixer. And then I'm going to go back and forth between the different types of flour and the water until it's completely mixed. Once it's mixed up, I'm going to take it out of the bowl. I'm going to knead it for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to put it in a different bowl and cover it with a cheesecloth. And I put a little bit of oil or cooking spray in the bowl so it doesn't stick completely to the bowl. And I'll let it rise for an hour and a half. Then I'm going to take it out of the bowl, knead it again, preheat my oven to 375, and I'm going to make the bread into my loaves, and I'm going to cut slices into it, let it rest until the oven is preheated, put it in the oven, and it will take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half to cook, depending on your altitude. We're fairly high up from sea level, so my bread takes about an hour to cook or to bake. The way you can tell if it's done is if you knock on it and it sounds hollow, then it's done. And then obviously take it out of the oven, let it cool. We usually let it cool and rest for the day, and then next day we will eat the bread. It's not as crumbly the next day, so you're not losing as much bread. So that's the recipe. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try it. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the table. Let me know if you're going to try it, and if you have tried it, let me know what you think of it. All right, now on to Stitch Mania. I have completed my very first Stitch Mania. I thought I was going to go crazy the first 7 days and doing all my starts for 7 days. but I made it. So I have 5 finishes. 3 of them I have already showed you, but I'm going to show you again because I'm actually very proud of my accomplishments. So this one is Be Who You Are by Lizzie Kate. It was done with all the suggested weak dye works and color works, and I used Confederate gray fabric, 28 count linen. This is one of my newer finishes. This one I got from Andy for my birthday. All colors were the suggested colors. The fabric was, except for the beak and the 2 stitches for the leg. I used Harvest Moon by Colorworks for that one. I didn't have the DMC, and this was the closest one I could get to it. So there's that finish. A Little Love. And I've been trying to find the Just Nan that I think goes with this. It's in a box, and I'm not sure if it's in storage or it's in another stitching box here somewhere. I will find it and I will show it. Then I have Normal, and this one felt like it took forever just because of this big block of white, but it really didn't. I finished it in like 3-4 days, I think. And then the last one is the Accept What Is, and this is the one, again, I used all the suggested colors, and the fabric came with the kit, and I learned how to do the Smyrna stitch. Very proud of that. I'm not one to always like doing new stitches, so that one was kind of a big deal. Okay, so goals for June. I still have, oh, and I still have 2 Stitch Mania projects that I haven't finished, but that's in with my goals, so I will show you that. So in my cross stitch book, I've written down my goals. So I want to get the summer section done for the 4 Seasons by Joan Elliott, which is, sorry guys, right here. I have to take out all this because I'm just 1 hole over, so I will have to take that out and redo that. Not a big deal, but I want to get that done. I want to finish a page of my Death by Cross Stitch, so it should be about this much. I think it's page 3 that I'm working on right now, and there is some back stitching, but it's not too heavy in back stitching, so it should go fairly quick. I'm using a Silk Dyes or Silks for You thread, and it will go fairly quick. I would like to get a page done in my Sleeping Beauty. I have 3 pages left to do, so if I can get at least 1 page done, I will be happy with that. Again, just 1 color, it's not going to take very long to do. This project though is going to Sprocket, that's enough. There are kids outside, sorry guys. So this is going to be a dragonfly. It's for a co-worker's granddaughter, so I'm going to have to get that done hopefully this month. This one is done on 40 count, and the fabric feels weird, so I'm not a huge fan of working on it. So I only do it when it's really bright outside and I can sit outside and work on it that way. Then I have my Joan Elliott Victorian dollhouse. I want to finish this part here and do the back stitching. I've already started some back stitching, so I might do a little bit more today. I want to finish this part before I do the Lizzie Kate Seasons, because that one fits nicely into this frame. So instead of switching it out all the time, I'm going to finish this first. And then, oh, I got the fabric for my Bramble and Rose, or the Bramble and Rose, and I started it over the weekend. I got some stash on Friday, and then I was going to do my video yesterday, and that just didn't happen. I got way too busy, so I waited until today, and I ended up with more stash. So this is my weekend progress on this. I've taken it out of the frame so I can work on something else, but I also want to get a page of this done, and I'm about a quarter of the way through page 1. So there's that one, and then I have my last 2 Lizzie Kate projects. There's the snowman and another love one. So those are my whips that are currently out of the timeout bin, and I will be working on those. And if I can't decide which project I'm going to work on, I have one of those little spinning wheels, and I'm going to choose it that way. Although I really do have to work on the dragonfly at some point. It's just the fabric feels weird and it doesn't sit nicely into my frame. So I have to figure that out. Now, before we get into haul, I found this tin. Well, I didn't really find it. I got this tin for Easter a couple years ago. It was filled with delicious chocolate, and it's fairly deep. And what I want to do is I'm going to put some magnets in here, and I'm going to make it into a nice big needle box, because I just got this one in my stash on Friday from haul. So let's start haul. This is from Friday. It came with the 2 longer needles. I've already dropped it on the floor. Actually, I dropped it down the stairs. Found all 3 needles that fell out of it. It didn't crack or anything, so it's fairly sturdy. This one's really sturdy. So if you drop it downstairs, although my stairs are carpeted, my main floor is not. But that's what happened. So also for my stash, or for my haul. God, I keep calling it my stash. Well, it is my stash now, but I got gunmetal, which I'm going to need extra for the 4 seasons. I always end up stitching or needing more of certain colors. Even if I pick up, think it says you need 2 of these, so I buy 2, and then I always end up needing more. So I got an extra one just in case, and if I have extra, then I'm fine with that. So this Lizzie Kate was in my bag at the stitching store, and I want to make this one for one of my girlfriends. She's seen me through a lot of stuff, so this one will be for her as soon as I can get the material and the threads. I have 2 of the colors, and it needs 7 colors. So that one will be on the list. Summer. This one reminds me so much of summers in Minnesota. When I go down every summer, I'm not going down this summer, so pretty sad about that. But we go up north to the lake, spend a week out there, go boating, tubing, water skiing. I do not water ski. I will go tubing with the kids, but I do not water ski. Never learned. I've got 100 years, and the part that got me was that I was important in the life of a child. And when I was a brownie leader, so girls that were 7 and 8, we were working on one of their badges, and it was about heroes, and they were drawing a picture of their hero, and they also got autograph book that the leaders had made, and I was known as Disco L. And one of the girls, she says, "How do you spell disco?" I said, "I'll be there in a minute. I need to help this person, and I'll be right with you, and I'll sign your book." She's like, "No, you're my hero." And that threw me for a loop. How come I'm your hero? She says, "Because you've taught me how to go camping, and you taught me how to build a fire and all sorts of other stuff." So that really stuck with me. I've never been anybody's hero, but that night I was a little girl's hero, which was still gets me. Prayer of St. Francis. It's another one from my haul. Back in 2012, I was on a tour through Italy, and we went to Assisi, and we spent time at the Church of St. Francis, and I prayed at his relics, and I had to get that. St. Francis is one of my favorite saints. St. Anthony is one of my others. If you lose something, you say a quick prayer to St. Anthony, and 9 times out of 10, you will find it. Okay, then I've got a set of Flip-Its, and it all turns into this right here. And I don't have, the only other winter, like truly winter cross stitch I have is the snowman that I'm already doing for Lizzie Kate. I have a section of Lizzie Kate for the 4 seasons, but other than that, I have no winter stuff. So I have the full set. This is Ice Queen, and I will be doing it with the weak dyes, I think. I have Baby It's Cold Outside. I have, which one's this? Blizzard Babe. And I've been caught in a few blizzards, like walking the dog. It's come up really sudden, so yeah. Frosty Friends. So us girl guides like to go camping in the winter. When I go camping in the winter with my girls, though, we do cabins. I know some leaders will take their girls tenting in the winter, and y'all are brave. I'm not that brave. And also, we can't go camping with the girls in tents if it goes below -20. And here, where I live, it can get -20 really quick. So that's about 0 Fahrenheit for my American friends. And then I have all dressed up and ready for snow. And then the last one in that parcel was Little Snapdragon. Now I've had this one on my list, my wish list, for years. I think from when it came out, and it came out 14 years ago. So this one has been on my list forever. I used to go to another stitching store, but it's they moved, and I like Liz and Sherry a lot better, so I got it from them. It's been on my wish list forever, and I finally got it. I saw this done on a pink fabric, and I'm not gonna buy the fabric until I can go back into back to Osage and visit them and see what colors work best. So now for my haul from today. It was a very happy surprise. I was thinking it was going to be a different parcel. I have one more coming, actually 2 more. 2 are bags. One is the bag that Andy ordered that was shipped to his place instead of directly to my place, because the shipping was just as much as the bag, or it was free shipping to him. So free shipping to him and then $13 to me. So that's coming, plus 1 more bag from Little Boat, and I'm excited for that. So I got the fabric. Oh, this is 28 count. It's so pretty. It's got some blue and purple in it. I don't know if, oh yes, I guess it's catching. Super cute. This is going to be done. This is going to be this is for the Be Well that Lizzie Kate put out. And the only color that I was missing for that one is dried sage. So I have all the other colors, so I might just kit that up today. Now there's another Lizzie Kate from 123 Stitch, and it's got 3 different patterns for bees. And so I got the colors I was missing. So I've got baked apple, curry, palomino, and those are the only ones that I was missing for those ones. So I just need to buy the pattern. I'm waiting to see if it may be in my layaway bag. Probably isn't, but just to double check. And then I was running out of these colors while I was working on my Stitch Maynia projects. And so I have Grasshopper, Oscar, Coco, and Havana. So I will put those in floss bags today. And then maybe kit up that other Lizzie Kate. So the rest of the haul, not Lizzie Kate, which is a bit of a surprise. I've got Reverse, the bee. I am obsessed with all the bee stitching, and I have been for a while. So I've got this one. This one isn't kitted up at all. I just have the pattern and the bee. And then Liz sent me Jack's Bash by Plum Street. Sorry for the glare, guys. I saw this one on somebody's Flosstube. I discovered Flosstube before I started making the videos. And I've got a 2-page wish list, 2.5 pages wish list of designs. So all the ones and the rest are from my wish list. This is Tired Trio. Very excited to stitch that one. Goat Load. Love goats. When I was little, I was at my great aunt's farm and I got chased by a ram. Not fun. I was saved by a cousin. I don't remember who. It's a random cousin. Then Llama or Yama Lumps. So, okay. I study archaeology and anthropology, and in one of my Mesoamerican classes, my professor said, if you say llama in my class, I will fail you right now. So every time I see llama, I have to say Yama. Not that he can hear me, but, and then, so that's 4. And then my last one is Goody Grimwood, which Liz called me. She says, I think you would like this one. And he said, yeah, you might as well add it. So that is all my haul for this week, for this video. I will do another video in a couple weeks. Everybody have a great week, great couple of weeks. Happy stitching, be safe, and be kind.